find you a bucky.
It's not a bucket. It's a Hilux.
It is getting powered by World Sports Betting. It is the time Zosio Dozere value season. You can kind of see in the pace in this match. It was Bafana Bafana nil, Tanzania nil. Although one of the most fascinating matches was played last night between Spain and France. You hardly watch a football match where you're smiling. I was smiling throughout that game. It was so fabulous. One of the leaders of this kind of football that we love, the way that you're supposed to play football, Spain, of course, they believe in that kind of football. De La Fuente, their coach, and of course it's part of the system. They play like that. And then of course France plays a different variation of that. Very quick attacking forwards, but also try to make not too much. And then there was a merge. It was 5 to Spain. It was 4 to France. And it was fabulous. It was like football saying, thank you for watching me. Thank you for being dedicated to me. And then, of course, the contrast is that today you watch Tanzania, South Africa. You don't know whether these teams are coming or going. What do they believe in? How are they playing? But I'm not too critical about it because the end of the season, all of the players are tired. They would rather be on holiday. Even us who are shooting videos, we are here sometimes not here because we've been doing it for 10 months. We are tired. Even the players who are playing at Kosafa. I watched earlier on today, Comoros against Zambia. You can see them as well. Like it's like they picked up a couple of guys from the streets to play a football match. But they are tired because they've been pushing for 10 months. So that's the context really. But on the other side, these players, minus the Sundowns players, are there to put their CV to say, coach, in case there's an injury to Modiba, to Mudau, to whoever, please make sure you remember me. Will they be remembered? Not based on this performance. Lindo Pep, our analyst, your summary of this game, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Nkeo, Bulise, the legendary song, Bulise, Achamucha, Stang, Bulise, Uchunya Khan.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Nkeo, Njobu Kuluma pre-season Gany. Mina nama legend. Ngicabanga ukhipha ama legend man on holiday angazi ucabanga ukusijoyina sike siyoncibile kanje boma 3 days nama legend.
I don't hang out like I'm always in my house. There's my PlayStation here. I play PlayStation for 6 hours online against people from all over the world. Saudi Arabia, Kenya, whatever. Qatar, Kuwait, America, France, England, and South Africa, of course. So I play FIFA online for 6 hours.
Yeah.
I love my life. It's dope.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. You know, Tso's son, Uhlelo, when he gets here, the first thing he goes to is my PlayStation. And he plays there. And when we're shooting these videos, he's there. People don't see it, but he's there. And sometimes I'll grab him to come into the video. He emerges from nowhere. It's because he's playing that PlayStation here.
And besides that, Mr. Nkeo, there's so much football to watch.
Yes.
There's so much storylines to follow. You can't have a social life. There's words that I like.
I don't like having a social life.
There's words that I like.
If you guys are going on holiday, you can go. You can go. Well done. Well done if you guys want to go. Because I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't like hanging out. Like maybe one day we'll do a team. We've never even done a team building, and we've worked together with Abotso for 6 years. You know, and we've never done that because I'm like whatever. Like, okay, you niggas, we work together. You know what I'm saying? I prefer my books and my PlayStation. So what do you think? Like, what were you thinking? Were you want to take them outside the province? Or?
No, actually, I was just suggesting to the gents because for me,
that's because he knows he's never heard someone say this shit. He's laughing.
You must come with. He must come with.
He knows we've never discussed shit like that before. No, we just work, you know, make money, you work, you're gonna die one day.
Yeah,
you
for
know
sure.
What I'm saying? The pace and the tone of this game was a pre-season one.
Yeah.
Because it's being played post-season, after the end of the season.
Yeah.
Did the players put in their CVs? Abo Van Rooyen, Ukulumani Ndamane will be proud of himself. Because we didn't know him, we know him. Yes, those who knew him. They saw him in the DSTV Premiership, in the Betway Premiership. But of course, he wasn't wild because he doesn't play for a big team. Maybe he will be proud that he put a name there. When Ukulumani is being picked next time, even beyond Tuesday, we won't say Shika. We saw him, even though we didn't see him defensively as well. But did these players do this? Coach, or do you understand it? It's post-season, but cartel.
Yeah, Nkulego, we get an opportunity to see South Africa, Bafana Bafana without the Mamelodi Sundowns. And for us, it was so important because Mamelodi Sundowns has been doing well for 8 years. and winning the league has been taken for granted in this country. For me personally, there's two ways to look at this. Hugo Bros is trying to create competition, because you need competition in the national team.
Yeah.
Yes, you can build a team, have 15 set players that you trust, that you rely on, that you've been working with for 3 years, but you have to create competition. Because what happens if Ukhuliso Mdawi is not there? Who do you play? Now you have a Tino van Rooyen who's been given an opportunity. Credit to Stevie Barker, because 4 of that back 4 is some of his players. Tabuso Mloisane, Fawaz Basadien, and Tino van Rooyen. Credit to Kulumani Mdamase, left center back. I like his height. I like the fact that he's able to win aerial duels. I like his passing ability. But now this also comes back to this. The development career of anyone as Ibali when you get to professional level. For me, in my opinion, this is where we see you as a player, where you get testers. Yes, today you didn't get testers, but at Bafana Bafana is the highest level of football. International football is the highest level of football. We are playing with better technical players. We are playing with better players. Based on Umloisane today looked very natural. And this is a player that we've been saying to Pirates, Chiefs, Mamelodi Sundowns, you have to bring him in through your doors. Umloisane looked very comfortable on the ball. Mina ngijudge defense also by less mistakes on the ball. Because sometimes we are going to receive you and pass the opponent. There's no point where in the game when Babona pass the opponent, the game looked very clean, but also they were let down by the 2 players that were playing in front of them. Talent, one thing I liked about him is that he was availing himself, more especially in the first half. He would find those progressive passes. The only thing is that the performance dipped in the second half. Because also, I think because Bakipu Tito, because Tito would help him. But remember in the first half I said he's dropping too much. I think Tito, because he understands him, because he plays with him at Pirates, every time when he receives the ball, he avails. Because he knows that he normally misplaces a lot of passes. Ucheka Uslepe for me. The boy is 20 years old. I haven't seen much of him. I don't want to have an opinion about him because he might surprise me next season. But what I might say is, I love him a midfield that in slowing pace. But I think that's the reason why we couldn't break it Tanzania today. Because for me, he plays no walking pace and he plays too many sideways passes. By the time let's break a corner in Tanzania, he's playing a side pass and then by a recover. Now we have to break a low block.
I have to go back to my question. The fact that this is being played after 10 months of these guys chasing the league, some of them winning the league, of course, those who won the league are not here. Some of them in Africa, Orlando Pirates, semi-finals as well. Some of them surviving relegation, maybe. You know, the fact that that's a reality, doesn't that contribute to the match we saw today?
No.
Because it's true for both teams as well. It's true for Tanzania. I don't like a Tanzanian football. I said that to you even last time when we were talking about the Sundowns final. I just don't like their style. They don't believe in anything. They just think that they must win, or sometimes they lose or they draw. They believe in nothing. It doesn't reflect on the way they play, or it reflects on the way they play that they believe in nothing. With us, don't you think that that has anything to do with the fact that it's post-season?
No.
Iphelile, like mentally, kuphelile. We have fought as Pirates for everything. It is now over. We have fought as Supersport for everything. It's now over.
No, Nkuleka, I don't believe so, because the context of a South African footballer is we come from the dusty streets of South African football, and football to us is between life and death.
No, I get that, but these guys, I get that. I get the story of everyone and the importance of Bafana Bafana. All of us, we have a very difficult story to tell, but they've played 10 months.
For sure.
You can't take that out. I don't excuse those guys.
Okay.
I don't excuse them. In fact, we would be hard-hitting here in this video, but there's something in me that says, we've just watched them 10 months. The fact that this international window is played in June at the end of it. Last year, the Euros were terrible. The Euros. They had some moments that were good. Spain wins them. But the best amongst us, those whose voice are worth listening to, were analysts, were kept on telling us, and it's true, that the Euros was being played on the back of 2 years where there was no break. There was a World Cup which was played in December and so on and so forth. You can see it in the quality as well. You can see it even in the COSAFA tournament that's being played, that the players, I don't know, the players are maybe they're tired.
Nkulego, you don't do favors. There's one thing about you. I know that. You would never ever make an excuse for those players. But for me personally, I'm not saying they must go and win the game. I'm now speaking about individual performance. Hold yourself at a very high regard. I don't think Utebza would come in and give a sluggish performance. Doesn't matter whether it's end of season, whether it's in season. As a player, I think it's very important to be professional. And I'm not saying those boys are not professional. For me, you give your best each and every game. And I'm not saying, Kulego, you're going to play every game at a 10. You can be disappointing, but it's a national team. And for me, some of the players were supposed to raise their hands. And more especially the younger players. Maybe given time, given more international experience. That's why I said that the most important thing to Hugo Bros is not the result. It was the performance, and also creating competition. And for me, some of those players are never going to be called back. I'm sorry to say it, Nkuleko. Because for me, there were signs where you are supposed to show positivity. You know, I don't like a winger. For example, you are playing with a triple number 10, with Tito, or Apolis, another boy, Muremi. There's two profiles you need to understand. Apolis receives the ball, he cuts in. He's not a winger that crosses, but he plays deep diagonal balls to Umuremi. Umuremi was supposed to show up. He's playing Gumazulu. We are struggling for wingers in the national team. In duels, in 1v1 duels, I do not like a winger that doesn't take risk. Because Monga Tata risk, Azo Tata Obani. Take risks. Those are things that I wanted to see. Make mistakes up front. Because you've got a midfield that can protect you, you've got a defense that can protect you. That's what I wanted to see from Annapolis as well. Very disappointing from Annapolis because he's a seasoned player in the national team. For me, it didn't show. I like the movement of Cupido in the first half. He stretched the defense. You understand, Nkuleko? Protect the ball well, bring Protatis to play. But as well, I have to mention our number 10, Utito. Utito, the last 3 months, I don't know, somebody needs to talk to him.
Yeah, there was a decline.
There's been a decline.
He's a great player, but there was a decline.
Love Utito, generational.
Yeah.
But we cannot lose him. And now he needs to understand that his career is more important than anything. His career is more.
It's a very short career. I think it's 28, 29?
27, I think.
There you go. So it's a very short career, and he's going to wrap it up soon. We need to close the video. We can't dwell too much. It was a 0-0. Nothing much really we learned from this game, of course. It's the end of the season. I get it. 100% I agree with you, actually, that these guys need to be professional. I'm trying to think that if there's any important thing I haven't asked you regarding this. Maybe, I suppose, if you look at Ricardo Goss, Ronaldo, Lerner, the goalkeepers, they were changed as well, both of them. Do you genuinely think that it means on Tuesday we'll see Usipo China and that China is the proper number 2 at Bafana Bafana?
Yeah, definitely today. I think today, like we're saying, Sbisi was on the bench, China was on the bench, Rila was on the bench. Yeah. So many of his players were on the bench that I think he wants to use on Tuesday. And for me, I believe that Usipo is competition to Ronan Williams. I think he's concluded with that. I think Ukos, no Lerner.
Oh yeah, sorry to cut you. He said his surname is Chain.
Chain, yeah, okay, sorry, Chain.
Like I don't understand. Maybe it's Sesotho or it's so easy to call it China, but it's Chain.
One of the players that genuinely impressed me before we close, away from everything, is the Basadien. The professionalism, the technique.
Always professional.
My God. And Nkuleko, with me, I need him to be very careful with the decision that he makes. Because now he needs to make a decision where does he want to win things or does he want to make an impact in a club? I believe he's a player that deserves to win things. Very technical. He needs to make a very serious decision with where he moves. But I think he's one of the best left backs we have in the country. And I believe that with how he's showing his leadership, zero mistakes in his game. I like the way he carries himself as well. Very important. Very impressed with Basadien.
There you go. Thank you very much to Lindo. That's it. That's Bafana Bafana. We'll come back Tuesday. Really, we're wrapping up the season. Well, we're not wrapping up the season. It's the end of it, really. Gossip here and there. Take a break here and there. If we had a rich billionaire, he would have taken us to America for the Club World Cup or Morocco for the AFCON, or even the women's AFCON. I love women's football. The women's AFCON as well. But here we are, stuck in a mediocre house in Randburg. iDiskiTV, iDiski Times, or sports betting. For breaking news, go to iDiskiTimes.co.za.
Shapunjan bafowethu igama lami Lindo Pep, the best analyst in the country. Please don't forget to subscribe to iDiskiTV. Tanko.
This is Bongane Benedict Villagazi, they call me so. Niyazi bafowethu, Amakhosi for life, they are back in winning ways. Please, I tell you to subscribe to iDiskiTV.